As Nigerians get set for the governorship and the state assembly elections on Saturday, there's still much ado about the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System, BVAS machines. The Nigerian Bar Association, BVAS, has urged the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to fix all glitches on the BVAS machines before the March 11 polls. The NBA also asked INEC to exclude all its collation and returning officers with proven cases of misconduct in the February 25th elections from the Saturday's exercise. Meanwhile, INEC insists that the data contained in the BVAS used for February 25th Presidential and National Assembly polls are intact. The lead counsel for the commission, TanimuInuwa, gave the assurance at the Court of Appeal in Abuja on Tuesday. Larry, what is this about? As in INEC approaching the courts to seek the reformat of the BVAS ahead of Saturday's election?
I think this is one issue that has been largely misconstrued, I must say. What INEC is trying to do is to play safe. There are issues about the last election as far as some people are concerned. They are in court. And one of the things they will need for evidences in their case is the BVAS. So when INEC announced that, yes, we had issues with our server or the internet or whatever last time, our intention is to avoid such by fixing whatever it is was wrong. Some people quickly came up with the news that, oh, that's an attempt to erase the data on the BVAS so as to prevent evidence. They want to tamper with evidence. And they went as far as going to court to ask the court to stop INEC from reconfiguring the BVAS. So, if we must get the best out of the BVAS and our portal for Saturday's election, we need to do some things. So as to be on the safe side, I listened to one of their commissioners explain today that it's not as if they actually need the command or order of the court to do what they have to do. But because there is already litigation, sure. Now they are also telling the court, look, allow us configure this thing. To him, what they explain is that when they get to court, the court will ask them questions. And one of the questions was they asked them today and they answered. TanimuInuwa had to answer the court that the court asked him, this reconfiguring you want to do, will it tamper with the previous data, the data for the presidential election? And his answer is that no, it won't. It has nothing to do. That for everything that the BVAS got during the presidential election, they already have it uploaded, secured and safe. Nothing can tamper with that. What they just want to do is to ensure that at the point of uploading this time, there is no itches. That they discovered what was wrong last Saturday, and they want to fix it. So that once the results at the polling unit is obtained, they can conveniently upload it to the server and people can see it. Now that's all they want to do. But this is Nigeria. This is election time. If you were to go by the things you have seen posted about this issue, in fact, a lot of people have been confused. If you say the BVAS and the server malfunctioned to you last Saturday, and there should be an improvement this Saturday, and you are saying, don't touch the BVAS, don't tamper with it. What are you asking? You are speaking with both sides of your mouth. We must agree on the fact that we need this thing to function better this time. All we need to be sure of is whatever it is you are doing with the BVAS and the server this time, don't tamper with evidence. And then they can say more than enough that, look, your evidences are there. These are results that were, taken right from the polling unit. And according to what Professor Yakubu was even explaining, you all have your agents at the polling units. You all maintained your situation room. Now, he said INEC was not unaware of the fact that all of you had your situation room.
Yes.
Before we start telling you this, you already know it.
Yes.
What we were just doing is waiting for us to fulfill all righteousness. So why are we pretending now that INEC can unilaterally tamper with these things when you have it? He said what led to the protest was the fact that people already know the results. And they know, the losers know,
people can't take
the winners know, and
lost.
the losers cannot take it.
That's the thing.
So we should continue to educate the people between now and Saturday. Now what INEC is trying to do is to make the system work better than it did last Saturday and not to tamper with everything.
The thing really is that for every election, you have to configure the BVAS, because each BVAS assigned to a polling station is configured to work in that polling station. That's where one fails to work, they have to bring another one and reconfigure it to be polling station specific. You know, the beauty of it is not, you can't, well, even when you steal it, how are you going to do it? People are stealing it now because it's the most important item
In the country today.
in the whole election process. The IREV is not as important as the BVAS. The BVAS is the biggest technological device to make the election transparent. IREV is merely a layer of transparency. It is for the public. It's the viewing portal for the public. Okay, you can access the result that has been posted. The most important thing is the result generated at the polling unit. That form EC8A, on which results are written, is what is known to law. IREV is a product of INEC guidelines, but it's not part of the Electoral Act. It's a recent development, which we use first in those off-season elections. Now, it is the same results generated at polling units. That is what INEC calls your primary result. The primary, what's it called in this election? That's your primary evidence is what you have. Manually collated. Now, for people who are saying, the BVAS must work, this and that, every equipment can malfunction at any time. It's just like your car. You park it at a spot today. You walk out in the morning, you can try to start the engine and it will not answer you. And you say, look at this car. Maybe I brought this car all the way from Lagos Island. I drove through Third Mainland, nothing happened. What is happening today? That happens with equipment. Some of those, the BVAS machine didn't work in some places. INEC can never give a guarantee that all of the BVAS machines will work on Saturday. We are still going to see BVAS machines that will malfunction on that day.
That's why they have extra.
Yes. And if that one doesn't work, the law says bring another one, reconfigure it for that polling station, and then do your election. I'm happy for one thing. INEC was commended by NBA. They commended them for their efforts, but said they noticed some things that needed improvement upon. Materials getting to polling centers late. INEC officials not arriving at polling centers in good time. You know, BVAS malfunctioning, and then not posting. INEC has not fully explained why it didn't post. There are people who are saying they didn't post before the collation was concluded because they feared that the portal could be attacked.
Or might have been compromised.
Remember the number of, they say even over 1 million attacks within that electoral period. So some people are looking for a way to freeze it to make sure that others can't use it. And anything that everyone can log on to like that is subject to abuse. Anything can happen. I think that INEC thought of what will happen, for example, if on election day, they too cannot even access it. Or some people compromise the
hijack it.
What do we then do? And nothing says that the collation must be electronically done. Today, we are making it look like because they didn't post on IREF that there was no election. It is only the gullible that will look at this election where 20 governors lost their states in the presidential election. And we had no less than 7 governors losing senatorial election. We had the chairman of a party losing not just his polling unit, he lost his state.
He lost his ward and lost
and then the presidential candidate, of the ruling party lost his state, and the president
lost his state.
The sitting president lost his state. They didn't interact. And you want us to believe that it is the most compromised election in our history. You are just downright dishonest. You know it in your heart. When you say this and you lie like this through your teeth, that you are just being dishonest. This can't be the worst election in our history. You are trying to rewrite history. But we all know the history of bad losers. Bad losers never accept it, even when they are thoroughly beaten. You see a man, he has his whole mouth bloodied. He will still be holding on to your trouser until he allows you to kill him. And when you kill him, they bring you to court for murder.
The best you can do is let him go.
Yeah, so the courts are there. Let them wait for the courts. Let them we stop hitting all the politics. Wait, President Buhari, on 3 occasions, he was being beaten. But even if you ask the president at that time, he would say he's a victim of rigging.
Yes.
Yet he couldn't have won those elections because he didn't win a single ward in southern Nigeria. How do you become a president by not winning a ward in southern Nigeria? He didn't have the spread. He had the votes from the far north.
Yes,
but he couldn't penetrate the south. Those who framed that constitution, God bless them. It's not a perfect constitution. But what they have done will ensure that if you are not the person that Nigerians want across board, you cannot be president. Yeah. Today, if you remove
popular you are in your enclave,
today you can be popular in your own cocoon. It doesn't matter. Today, if you remove the entire southwest votes that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu scored, he will still win the election. He will still score over 7 million.
Yes.
And the next person scored just 6 million plus. And so then take away all the southwest, he will still win.
Yes. Outside that, have we looked at and considered them for the president? Have they been able to get the required spread?
No, there is no spread.
That is, so when we keep...
you have no route to the presidency without it.
In the first
That's
place.
The most fundamental thing.
Okay, let's remove everybody ahead of you.
Some people are hanging on the 25% in Abuja, that without 25% in Abuja, you can't be president. Go to